Howdy, everyone. Welcome to Practical Principles. This is Practical Prince talking tarot today. So let me go ahead and pop the chat overlay. Go ahead and comment anything you want to talk about. I'll keep getting set up for a little bit, and then either I'll monologue or we'll have conversation. Maybe people will want readings. We'll see. That is kind of the fun part. So, hope you're all doing well. I've been a bit behind on my stuff as far as the streaming goes. Been taking a detour playing with the Collatz conjecture, but I did make some progress on the site. Still not done. And maybe I should just publish it sooner so that people can see it and start messing with it, but well, I don't know. I'm a tad perfectionist. I guess I do have a homepage. I should probably just get the forum rules or whatever we want to call that in place. And then it would just be the homepage and forums. And then we can add other stuff later, like the philosophy pieces. So, yep. I'm just got my marker and the new deck I mentioned last week. So I'm thinking, I'm not too crazy about them. So I'm fine being a little messy with the edging. So I think I'm going to just do them all at once, which is by no means recommended, but I'm going to give it a shot anyways, and we'll see how it goes. Because, yeah, it's got black on both sides and white edges, which doesn't look so great. So I'm just going to do that. There's concern about bleed when edging with stuff like this, but I didn't have any trouble when I was doing the Lost Forest, so I'm just going to do it. And then I don't know how much I'll have to handle them. It looks like doing multiples is not very. I wonder if it's just. Oh, maybe I need more pressure. Might get a little more bleed, but if it bleeds, it's just black on black. So, frankly, I am not concerned. I just don't want it to be too rude because that's what makes it difficult to do single cards well, because then it takes more into the tip of the marker, and well, then you have tip on the front and back, whereas you just want it on the sides. So. Yep. So yeah, the sites. Yeah, I've got a WordPress thing set up. It's still got the coming soon page. But behind the scenes as I'm working on it, I've picked a theme that I think will work. But it has some colors I can't control through the basic stuff. which isn't an issue. I can make a child theme and then expand, tweak, blah, 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 which as a programmer shouldn't be too terrible by any means. It's just a matter of setting aside enough time to go through the documentation and figure out how it's done. So that's where we're at with that. It's been interesting. No issues with Facebook for a while, and I don't know why. I think I got an email saying we had one follower join on the page. So maybe they eased up because of that, although I feel like that was after they started being kosher again. So maybe they're just wanting more of a heads up when I schedule the streams and whatnot, which I usually do. That particular week I had just figured out. So now I'm shaking things, aren't I? Well, hopefully you don't get motion sickness. So yeah, the Collatz conjecture. It's a math problem. It's pretty simple. Take any positive number, an integer, so 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. If it's even, divide by 2. If it's odd, times by 3 and add 1. And the conjecture, and then repeat the process on the new number. The conjecture is that you'll always get to 1, but we don't have a proof for it at this time. I looked at it in college for a while, and I had the makings of an inductive proof, but then I had trouble with the Mersenne numbers. So, the Mersenne numbers are 2 to the n minus 1. So you've got 1, 3, 7, 15, 31. Powers of 2 minus 1. For some reason, they were more tricky. I can't remember why. But anyways, you run them through Collatz. After a while, they turn into 3n, 3 to the n minus 1, which is interesting, but you've got a bigger number, so that doesn't really help with the proof. And then you play with it for a while, and eventually they'll fold in on themselves. You get to a sequence where it's like 1, 4, and then 4 you divide a couple times to get to 1. You'll have, 10, and then 40. So obviously you divide 2 times, you get there, so on and so forth. So I've gotten to that point. I'm still trying to figure out how to get further. I've got to figure out if I can. If there's an easier way of showing the n minus 1. Because if you can just map it to a smaller number, you don't have to get all the way to 1. If you're using strong induction, you just need to get it to a smaller number. And then that will get to a smaller number, so on until something or other gets to 1. So that's the basis of that. I was having fun because previously I'd been well, I switched to, so when you get to 3 to the n minus 1, you can keep going using that same form. It's not easy. It's not particularly fun. What I started doing this time around is I switched it. So I took that 3 and broke it into 2 plus 1. And then I can't remember the rule, but you can switch that into a summed, or, well, a sum. And then you can get rid of the first term with the minus 1. They'll cancel out. So that's nice. But then you're working with 2's again, which is the nice part because you're looking for opportunities to divide by 2, and you want that to be obvious. And that's a little more difficult when you're working with other numbers. So. Yep. I have to say, I do like the major arcana in this deck. I think those are a bit more artistic. But I don't know what these right up against the so I can get the corner real nice. Yeah, that would normally be a stream state thing. Maybe I shouldn't worry about the stream. Well, I do like having that opportunity to talk about scheduling because I can only schedule 1 week in advance with Restream. So just gotta check if and when people comment. So yeah. As far as D&D and setting up stuff for that stuff is still a ways out. Although I did do one of my Kickstarter books. It's on the shelf now. It was the Griffin's Kickstarter. So that's fun. Helped proofread it a bit. Sadly, I didn't. I really only got one pass at it, and then life got busy. But I think that side is good enough. Yep, I'm gonna have black on my fingers, but that'll be fine for now. Oh, whoops. There we go. Okay. And I should just go ahead and switch this to the back camera in case I do a reading. So that's how I show you guys. No, I just want you foolish so that you're easy to work with. Okay. Move that onto the second side. This is the top. Yeah. Hope you're doing well. Guess we don't have a lot of talkers today, but that's not too unusual. I mean, honestly, we usually start getting people about half an hour in. I wonder if that's an algorithm thing to weed out the weak. My mic is working, right? Yeah. I know what I'm doing. Sort of. be fun getting to board games and whatnot, though, once things are up and running. That'll be nice. I forgot to do the social media posts. Maybe I'll go ahead and do that if we still don't have a large audience. After I'm done pitching, of course. Hate to stop something halfway through. Maybe I don't want to touch up the Lost Forest. I feel like we already spent long enough that first time. And then to do 2 edgings in one sitting. Not that the Lost Forest needs much. There's only a few spots that I missed. But and gotta get the edges just right. Okay. Yeah, I wonder, maybe this is a small experiment of what turnout is like when I uh, don't do the social media posts. That would be interesting, which obviously makes them more important. As sort of like a heads up to people. Hey, I'm active. But who knows? I did crop the pictures, I think. So we should be all good in that regard. Although, who knows if they're the proper size for Instagram. But if that's the case, I'll just crop it then with their stuff. Okay, I think we're ready for the next side. Into your slot, squeeze it tight. Perfect. Let's go ahead and get these edges. Yep. Maybe because I'm turned away, that's not as appealing to potential viewers. Of course, I don't really. Do they just show what's happening on the actual stream as a means to pull you in? In which case, I'm hunched over working. Yeah, I don't know how appealing that is. Anyways. Finally went to the bank to talk to them about whatever they called about. I assume it was about something about my pension and the lump sum, but I guess the person I was supposed to meet with had to go out for a funeral. So that was time wasted, sadly. But it's okay. I'm pretty easy going. Supposedly, she'll be back Tuesday. They'll talk, and then somebody will hopefully call me and give me an update. It's kind of funny. I think I spoke with the person who actually called me originally, but yeah, who knows? Anyways. Nice black. I wonder how much of this is going to come off on my hand just as it's going back in its box. Well, it'll be fine. In fact, it might be better that I handle these for a bit. Lost Force took some time to get some of that excess off just from handling. Might need the same sort of treatment here, in which case, why not start early? We don't have a huge crowd or anything, so there's that. And this is so much faster doing all the cards at once. I think part of the concern is that they might stick together a bit. Definitely a better chance for bleed, I think, is what I was cautioned. But I am just not too concerned. Almost done with the third side. Well, it's at least mostly black. Yeah, I think there's a decent chance I'll just send the posts. The thing is, if I send them today, no guarantee I'll do readings today, so. Because I don't have any particular questions. I think right now I just need to get my head down and work more on the site, focus. I have to get stuff out the door before I would normally want to, but you gotta accept that perfectionism is not the answer. I guess functionality truly is the more important thing. Okay. The last side. Slide. Oh. Yeah, definitely getting some black there. These edges, these corners. This is almost certainly the hardest part. Trying to get the marker's edge on that curve and roll with it. I know all these cards are good, buddy. Got a couple of spots. And pick it out. Get it. And just a few more go ahead and get the other corner. I'll be missing. Am I running off? I am a little, but that's okay. I wonder. So many things that could be messing with the algorithm. Do they take into account my other social medias and how active I'm being there? Do they have something where if I post it, that's indicative that I'm doing something? And thus drive more traffic to them? Who knows? Not that more time would be a bad thing. Well, I guess it would be more of a stream state thing to do the social media posts. Show how I do that. I really only got the tarot ready. I think I do want to do throw something for the philosophy discussion Wednesday, but that was really short. So, yeah, it's black. But for that, I need to add some more details. So, yeah. Such good progress. And doing these one by one, I mean, worthy cause as it is. A lot of effort. So, yes. Now, let's need a fill in the white. I'm sure I'll have a couple lighter spots, but overall, it'll be black and dark and beautiful, which is what we want. Okay, let's go around and see if there's anything obvious that we want to go over again. So a couple of white spots. And we've got like dots on one of these corners. They seem fine. I think back to where we started. Oh, there's a white spot. Quick, get it. Okay. Oh, there's another. My goodness. Maybe I went too easy on this one. Okay. Looking decent. Yep. I'm not seeing a whole lot of blade there. How about this side, just in case my angle was. Yeah, I'm not seeing a ton there either. So I think we're good. Let me go ahead and yep, good enough. And we'll go ahead and handle these for a little bit. Hate to get my hands black, but it's gotta happen sooner or later, so might as well get this excess on me rather than the cards. becoming more of a weathered black as I'm getting excess, but that's okay. I mean, it's better than having that be white. It's so much better. Okay. It's interesting. It almost seems like a green black, a Maleficent black. But maybe be good enough. I just hope it stays on my hand until I can wash it off, rather than hopping onto the cards head on. I wonder if it'll let me check in. Oh, I'm the guest of my other device this time. I didn't know that. Interesting. Don't know how it managed that, given that I always do the computer first, but oh. Yes, give me your inky darkness. I guess I should probably do the corners a little, give them some love, an opportunity to shed that. You need some pressure in order to pick it up. Got a little white there now. Not really noticeable though. Okay. Calling that good for now. Okay. Back in the box. So this is how it came. The moon. Conversely, the sun. Haven't used it yet. Not sure quite how I feel about it and what sort of readings I would use it for. But anyways, let's go ahead and right back. Although, if you're looking at the chat, that would be. Where am I? Oh, yeah. Ooh. So I can chat to Twitch, YouTube, and what is that one? DLive? Fair enough. Okay. Give me a sec to wash my hands. Because I don't want to spread this more than it has to. I wonder if it's bad. I know most streamers usually have like a headset or something. But I guess I'm not playing audio or anything through applications. So that's probably why they do it. To keep their stream sound clean. The music from apps and whatnot separate from their voices. And then they can hear it as well. Yep, this is going to stick for a while, but I expected no less. At least I got something resembling the green thumb. Yes, we're right next to my kitchen, so cleaning was pretty quick and easy. Let's go ahead and hide that now. I don't think last time it let me do a chat, so. Anyways, let's see. I kind of want to do this social media stuff. So maybe we'll just do that for now. And then, I don't know, and if people want readings, then we can go ahead and do that. But while I'm the only person, you might want to do... Oh, hey Tommy. Yeah, Tara. Trying to decide which of my mats I want to set out. Usually I try to switch it depending on which deck I'm using. I do have favorites though, so not that I don't like the Prisma and Cosmo decks and what they've got. But their mat tends to grab things, so yeah, if you've got questions, or even if you don't, if you just want to talk, shoot the breeze, that's cool too. We're just here on the internet. Let's turn this around a bit. I think he bounced. So let's keep those decks over there. Those decks there. This deck there. And give myself some space to work. I hate to show you guys the site. Because it's still a work in progress, and this really isn't the purpose of this segment. So maybe we'll do posts. In which case, yeah, I've already got the cards there. Already got the pictures, I guess I should say. And I think I'll just end up scheduling that later. We'll keep this on Tarot. Although, while I'm monologuing, maybe I should do something. Maybe I will look at the moon and the sun. I've already got messy fingers from edging it, so might as well. So for example, here's 8 of Cups. I'm not crazy about that, but then if we can get some of the major arcana, like here's the Hanged Man, the Emperor. The Emperor is similar. Let's see, Wheel of Fortune or Temperance. Holy. Yeah. Those ones I like a bit more. But yeah. Maybe I'll shuffle this because this is still very much in its order. And these are kind of thin, so I'll need to be a bit more gentle if I want them to last as long as the others. Let's go ahead. Sorry for the noise, but it must be done. guess we'll do 4 purples. Call that good. Give these some shuffle. And then put them in their box for a while, probably. Yeah, this is a rather uneventful segment. According to Restream, I've got 1 viewer. But that's pretty consistent, and I'm inclined to think that I might be mistaking a platform as a viewer. So okay. I don't think this deck. Let's see if this deck has bonus cards. A lot of the decks have 2 extras. Either they're add-on. They're just not the traditional tarot. I don't remember if this deck has. Nope. Yeah, it's got just the 78. Which I can tell because 80 would divide into 4 evenly. Unless we had 2 left over, so we had 78. Is this right? Yeah. Okay. Primed and ready for use. Boom. Go ahead and close that up. I hate to keep monologuing. I don't know that we've ever really gotten a surge this late into a string. So, yeah. Question is, should I call it good or should I do some sort of reading? And if so, what am I reading? Probably one of the Cosmo or Prisma. Which means I should switch mats. And then which deck from there? Prisma's a little more straightforward. Cosmo a little more, I don't want to say eccentric, but sort of along those lines. At least along that feel, so to speak. Let's see. I don't even know what I'm reading for. Maybe somebody will just pop up. Who knows? Set that aside for now. So do we want the Cosmo? Do we want the Prisma? Trying to decide for whoever this incoming person is. Seems like Prisma is the winner. Flip to the Prisma side. Grab a little booklet. And we'll keep that cheat sheet there. I've got the book, so that'll be a better reference. Hey, Orp. Yeah, Tara. If you've got a question, I can go ahead and do a reading. Otherwise, we'll just talk and chat. Pulled out the Prisma deck, which is fun. Okay. Yeah, if you've got a question, not sure if that's a name or... Oh, Oh, do you just want a general reading? Which is fine. I usually prefer specific questions for pinging the universe. It's got more intention to it, but okay. Yeah, we'll just do a 3-card reading. So, first card is some context. Second one, you or the present situation, something to that effect. Oh, love. Oh. Any more details you want to throw in there? Because I can gear it towards a specific question about love life. An X. Okay. So I guess the question is, will that relationship come back? Will it resume in some way? Okay. So I'll do something a little more specific then. We'll set aside. Oh, got off. That's okay. And I think I can still use this deck, at least with the way you're posing the question. I think that should be clear enough. So we'll have a card for the X. We're going to have a card for influence in her life. Assuming it's a her, I don't know. We'll have a card for you and influence in your life. And then we'll do a card in between. We'll elevate it a bit because we're talking about the future. So let me go ahead and show you. Let's see. Make that the big one. Okay. So this is the card representing your X, card representing you. These are the influences in your lives. And then this will be the future relationship. So we'll dig into a bit about her. I'm assuming it's a she. That's just me. Okay. 3 of chalices. And I'm going to hide that just because I need my references for translation. Excellent. 3 of chalices. Upright friendship, synchronicity, shared experience. It is a rare and wonderful thing to work together in unison. So much can be achieved when contrasting personalities coalesce to form a common purpose. Establish empathy, communicate your needs and desires with trusting candor. Seek in turn to meet the needs of others. Do not dwell on differences. So on. I mean, this sounds like a pretty harmonious person. They get along real well. So that's the impression I'm getting of them. Let's look at their influence. Page of chalices. I should have bookmarked that. I'm just going to need to hop right back to it. Not the knight, but the page. Giving, open heart, emotional well-being. Something as simple and pure as a bowl of water can initiate a journey of the heart. Don't hoard your emotions for fear of exhausting them. Take what little you have and give freely. You will find that whatever you expend will be returned to you in some grander, more compelling form, which I think really matches with the Three of Chalices. I mean, the influence in their life has been generous, so to speak. And I feel like that's reflected in them as well. Do you want me to flip over the cards for you, or shall I just flip the card for the future relationship at this point? I'll go ahead and show you the cards we've already flipped at this point. So there's the Page and the Three of Chalices. Because I don't think your question is so much about yourself. Everything? Okay. I'll go ahead and flip over your card then. You got Strength. It's, if Dandelion were a little more literal, maybe I'll show you the picture from here. There we go. So that's the artwork on the card, more or less. So empowerment, confidence, vitality. It is easy to slink away from a tough situation, but it takes real strength to surmount one's obstacles and press on. It is possible to be indomitable by being resolute through difficult times and sustaining a strong, impenetrable core. You can forge on indefinitely, constantly renewing your horizons. Don't be afraid. Fear is a mind killer. You need only to believe yourself unconquerable for it to be so. I mean, this would imply that you're persistent. That's probably the simplest way to put it. That you can endure and continue on. And then for the influence in your life, we have the Lovers. So these have both been major arcana for you. Partnership, individualism, blossoming relationship. It suggests a potent time to begin a new relationship, break down barriers, let people get to know you, the real you, and welcome their energy into your life. Let yourself be influenced by one person. This is a card that celebrates individualism, delight in integration without dimming your own beautiful being. So, I mean, where you're open to a relationship and whatnot, yeah, you might be a little stuck on one. We don't know. I couldn't say for sure. But yeah, so you're persistent, strong, enduring, and then you've got this romantic influence in your life, the Lovers. And so for the future relationship, Wheel of Fortune, which is traditionally an auspicious card. It's usually good fortune. It does have that wheel rotating around in it, but I've got the right side, yeah. But yeah, so there's that hint of chance, change, but also destiny. Constantly vying for power may seem like a futile pursuit, but it is in fact a simple, blessed characteristic of life that it is never at a standstill. The Wheel of Fortune shows the perpetual shifting in the balance of powers, manifesting infinitely within every aspect of your life. At any given time, you will be the champion, be the contender. Believe you are the champion, or have no reign at all, quickly hurtling yourself into the fray. It suggests that change is coming. The old king is dead, someone or something will rise up in its stead. So I don't know. It's not definitive. As far as the sense I'm getting of it, it's an evolving situation. I don't know when it would end per se, or how it would end even. But generally, there's also a good luck associated with it. So So even if you don't end up with this person, it'll still probably be a good relationship with them. So that would be my best guess at what that card is telling us. So there we go. No problem. Hopefully it pans out. I mean, things do tend to work for the best, even if it's painful. Kind of like how you sand something to make it smooth, some grit to it, but makes things better in the end. So hard to say. Might not be the outcome you want, but it's probably the one you need. At some point, I'll put this on social media. I don't think my posts tag people, unfortunately. I do try to throw their name in, so if you want to find it later, there will be that. Until then, there's obviously the video you can reference if you want to go over the reading. So I better clean up the goods. A lot of major arcana though, which is cool. They tend to be the stronger cards. And I need room to shuffle them. There we go. Okay. Shoot, which panel was I on? Who knows? It's part of the magic that makes tarot what it is. Enough cards and enough subtle changes in order for whatever higher power to speak to you, hopefully at least. Gotta have some respect for it too. So. And I certainly don't. Maybe I should be saying that just at the beginning of these videos that I don't have a gift per se, or at least I don't claim one. But if you believe that your higher power can speak to you through me, then all the better. Getting a little mixed up on these piles, but that's okay. As we're closing on the hour mark, I'm inclined to call it good. We did get a reading in. Not a lot of chatter today, which maybe that's something I can act on by doing more of the posting and whatnot. But yeah. So yeah, there will be the stream state Monday. I think we're still doing Talking Tarot on Fridays. And hopefully I see you again. And until then,